Welcome back, whippersnappers. This is Gramps. We are in Shapes 2. Counting down the days until we get to the 1.0 release. Very exciting. We've been building a MAM, and got a couple of tweaks that we need to do to really make it sing, to make it really solid. One of the issues we have is that shapes come down here and they run into the transfer belt. And then they cause blocks. So for instance, if this is squares and this is circles, and circles are going through, circles come through, they go through our filter, and they then they block up with the squares. They're also trying to get through and either go to trash or go through. So I need to fix that, and the way to fix that is with a little bit of reworking here. Basically, what we need to do, let's go back here. Actually, it's gonna be this kind of thing. Let me get rid of that. And yeah, we need these guys. It's gonna be this type of thing. And I'm just gonna show you the basics of it, and then I'm gonna draw it out. So here's our shape. So this is the thing saying, hey, we need circles here. And so if these are not circles, all right. So what we are gonna do for this one is we're gonna basically do this. Then we are gonna come back and jump this and go in, but right about here we're going to use a filter like so and do that, and we don't need to have it go off into trash, because what's going to happen is whatever shape is coming along here is going to just stop right here if it's not the one that we're currently using before it joins the main belt. And then what we'll do is up here, oops, is we're gonna get rid of these guys. So it'll go like this, and same kind of thing like that, right? So anyway, I'm gonna rework all this the basics of it, right? I'm gonna rework all of this and get these guys on board. All right, so now you can see, you know, how things are rearranged. I also added in some jumps. I think I've explained that if you have jump and then a jump there versus just a belt, and you send two shapes along this way, the jump one is going to go much quicker. So in these straights, I've just added jumps. Let's go. And another thing here, while we're here, I'm just going to get rid of this guy, because that needs to be radically reworked. The other thing I have done is I've created a depot for fluids. So we've got RGB, then this will be CMYK. All right. And yeah, these are not connected. There you go. And yeah, so that is bringing that in. Then to feed this, I also have a bunch of mixer stations up here. So this is cyan, magenta, yellow, and then white. So all I need to do is run those into the appropriate thing. So the next one I need to do is cyan, which is on 0. Oops, let's get to trains. All right, so let's feed cyan in. Just get it going. So there's cyan, and then we can feed it all the way to here, so it feeds both of those. This one Let's connect that through so we get blue over here. Cyan magenta is on level 1. And I'm gonna bring it down here. So magenta. Oops. No, let's not do it that way. All right, there we go. Coming up to 1. All right. Then cyan, magenta, yellow. So this is going to be yellow. He's up on 2. Nope, didn't want to do that. There we go. Yes, that connects. And then the last one is white. White is also on 0, but it is down here. And how do we do that one? Because we've got 0. Yeah, there. Nope. There we go. And there's white. Coming right in. Okay, so now we just need those trains. Oops. Hello. Okay. That is all dialed in. So let's do this. And this time I am going to use correct colors. And again, we'll do 5 of each. I think 5 will fit, right? Well, that's not great. Oh, right, because that's the white one. Ugh. All right, that doesn't fit there. All right, so let's skip it for now. So this is going to be cyan. This one is going to be magenta. And then this last one is going to be yellow. But yellow is not going to fit unless we do this. Just have it back here. Which is not beautiful, but it works. Okay, excellent. So that is feeding all of our color into this. You can see cyan and white are already in. Here comes magenta. Then yellow is the one we just hooked up, so that'll be last. Very cool. Oh, and here comes yellow. We also have some operator shapes to claim. Let's get those. So I just looked at the calendar and I realized, oh, we've got 3 episodes left until 1.0 comes out. So I do want to speed things up a bit and get it going. I want to do some basic explanations too. Let's see here. We're gonna what are we gonna do? We're gonna come and do this. So there, red is gonna come straight into here. We do actually, now I do that. So I cut off our shape train because we actually need to do some modifications here. We need to add some space. So we've got that all done. This is all done. What I need to do is before we send our shape, whatever this is uncolored circle. So before we send it into here, and here, to be clear, this is where it is going to get sliced and diced and then rotated into the correct orientation. In this case, this is our northeast quadrant. So we just need to make sure that all the shapes that come out of this are up in the northeast quadrant. Okay? So, before we do that, though, I want to make sure that the right shape is coming in. Or in this case, should be a full circle. So what I want to do is make a little... I've got a little trash can here. And this says, hey, if you're the right thing, then go on through. If you're not, then go into the trash. And I built this on a single platform. But how do we get this correct shape in here? Well, again, it's going to be this, right? It's going to be this info. Yeah, without the color. Oh, no, it is going to have the color. Yeah, because we're going to need to say, hey, this should be an uncolored circle, whereas, you know, maybe it's a blue circle quadrant. In that case, we would need to say, hey, this needs to be a blue circle quadrant, or a blue full circle coming through. So I'm going to get rid of all that and that. And what happens if we paste this in? All right. What we need to do is find room. All right. So let's see here. If we do this, but get rid of that. And take these guys. Yeah, turn them. This is where our new world will be much easier. All right. So do I want to do that? Do I want to... I kind of do, because I want to be able to just clear the system out quickly. All right, so let's see if we can draw it over here. So basically, yeah, what I want to do is say that this is the same thing. Because I do need a, I need it to be, more compact. So let's use different layers. Yeah. I'll put that in there. All right, so that gets us the west half. Now we need to do one with the southern half, or the southern half. Now we need to let's do this. There we go. All right. Yeah, we need this flipped around twice. For that western half is the word I was looking for. Well, all right. There we have it. We've definitely saved a little bit of space. So if we take that, and do a stacker. That gives us our full shape. Then we've got our color coming around that way. If we do a painter, then I think that works for us. Let's try it and say use a signal producer. Let's say color -R. Yay. All right, that works. Now, will this fit? Over here. Almost. Oh, we just need to be one shorter. Almost fits that way. Of course, we've still got to run the wire in where that magnifying glass is. We don't need that. Monitor that's up there. Yeah, we don't need that, although that is our output. So, it would be so nice if this were more centralized. I think we can do that. All right, let's get rid of this and go back to the drawing board. So this is what, some of this is like. Just kind of back and forth and back and forth. All right, where are we? Here's the drawing board. We don't need this. But it would be nice if this was more up like here. How are we this distance, left and right? Yeah, we're fine left and right. If we could just get that other one going. So we're not good there. Or there. So the other thing we could do is maybe we could relocate this. Yeah, because you know what? I could probably change this stuff up down here. Let's do that. This doesn't need to be this wide. So let's do that instead. All right. I think this is good because we can do that. And, oh, except that's not really fitting, is it? Okay. We can do this. And that. So if this guy... Oops. This doesn't need to run all the way over here. There we go. Okay. Now we've got that all going into trash. We can take this and do that. Okay. Excellent. Good, 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 good. Bow, bow, bow. So it's going to send its signal up here. And this is the wrong channel, but that's okay. There we go. Get a little flip action going on. Alright. That's not ideal. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Going back to what I said earlier. This speeds things up. So let's do this. And I'm spending a little bit of time on this because then, because I know I'll be able to reuse it. This module. I mean, not after next Thursday, of course, but you know, until then is what I'm saying. And there we go. Boom. Alright, don't need all that. Excellent. This is where our signal comes out. And we just need to connect it. Like so. And like so. All right, that is what we want, but this is not. We want that to be that. So again, it's the same signal that we have here, and it's saying, hey, are you exactly what we want? So if this were, let's change it. Let's change it so I can show you what I'm talking about. CRCUC. Oops. UC. So let's say this is the shape that was coming through. What we want is that top row to be producing an entire red circle. Okay? So this is saying it's just a partial red circle. But what's coming through this stuff is a full red circle. Because that's what we expect to see at the end of all of this is a full red circle. So if it is a full red circle, that's what we want going through. Anything other than that, send it into the trash. Okay. So we're gonna I'm gonna copy that into all of these. So basically at the end of this. Okay, and I just realized something. The only belt that's coming in is this one. All these others are not needed. Wow. Mm-hmm. None of this. So there you go. Even easier. Yeah, didn't need to do any of that extra work. Oh my goodness. Okay, honestly, I've been a little off my game lately. That's okay. Look at this. Please connect. That's really cool. I've never noticed that before. All right. Now I'm going to copy this. All right, so that is done. I copied these labels over as well, just to have a closer reference. Okay, so what happens now? I'm just kind of going through this, just so I have it all clear in my head too. So we have a full shape coming through. Next, it comes through and it gets cut into 4 quadrants. Each of those quadrants gets spun to the correct orientation, meaning northwest, southwest, southeast, northeast. All right. Oh, sorry. These two for the bottom, for the two south ones. So southeast, southwest, northeast, northwest. And yes, there we go. All right, and these are all still in their, showing only in their northeast orientation in the channel, and that's fine. But as it comes through here, because it is rotated, then we need to look and see, hey, does it have a mate? The question is, do we want to do that here or elsewhere? I think that what we can do is actually simplify this by, I think we don't need this at all. Let's run this out and see how this goes. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this right there, butt it up. Okay, so all the shapes coming out of here are now we have 4 lanes of the shape in the correct orientation. Again, this one is northwest. And what we want to do then is use one of these guys here. Now we want to say, hey, is there a southwest shape in this? And if so, then come on up to a stacker. And we don't care if it's we don't care where it is, because everything is rotated to the, so we don't care if you're top or bottom, is what I'm saying. So how would we do that? We would say we're looking here, and we're looking, sorry, let's southwest. We're looking at southwest. Is that southwest? No. One more. Alright, that is looking at southwest. Does southwest exist? In our case, yes, it does exist. And we don't care what its color is or its orientation. We just want to know that it does exist. Because let's go back to it and let's make a modification of this, and to really test it. Southwest right here. Boom, boom. Now there is no southwest. So here, yes, you can see it's lit up. All right, so that worked. Now, how do we do this? Because we have the same thing down here. All right, so let's tweak our man down below. This guy. And we're getting rid of all that. Come on. There we go. All right. So we want to do the same thing with this, but we're looking, instead of we're looking at northwest. So we're going to take this and go down, flip it that way, and change this from southwest to northwest. Okay, yes, there is a northwest shape. And because of that, it's going to kick things out this way. So how do we get this in there? Obviously, that works. And then that works. But then how do we get this over here? I guess we could go around, right? So for the ones when there is not a match, it's going to go through. And yeah, it's going to go through and meet up at the end. But same down here. Yeah, right there. So it all matches, it all meets up here. Okay. All right, good. All right, we're getting there. So now we have, you know, let me copy that all up to the other halves, the eastern half Okay, so we've got those two done. Now, same thing. And this is where I think we're okay. So this batch here is the west. So we need to say, hey, is there an eastern half? And in this case, well, there is. So, that means it is not null. So it's giving a 0 signal, which is going to send stuff here, make it go up into the stacker. Up here, same thing. Is there a... Now, see, this is where it's annoying. Why is this kicking out a number as opposed to showing me the shape of the western half? Like, this is showing me the eastern half. This should show me the western half. So let's go back to our control panel here. Ah, this is... This is why. Ah, it's because it's showing a 1. Well, you know, that's okay. It's showing a 1, which is a positive signal. And that's all we need, is a 1 or a 0, really. And that's because this, of this wiring that we did here, which says, hey, if you don't have a full shape, you just have one piece, then that's fine too. We just need you to be read as a 1. Okay, so that's good. And then it all comes out. Now, if not, then it's going to go straight through. And let's test that out with another modification here. Oops. CRCU -- Okay, so this only has an eastern half. So that means when it gets to here, it's sending it that way. Oh, because there's not going to be anything coming in here. Where, yeah, so on that case, in that case, there won't be anything coming in here. So we don't have to worry that it would be saying stuff here. Up here, it's saying there's a null. So that lights these up because it is equal to null. And is going to send them right through, bypassing the stacker. And they're going to come on in here. Now what we want to do is say, hey, is there a second layer? If there's no second layer, then go on through. Right now there is no second layer. So again, we're going to change it. That. Now there is a second layer. So yes, you see how this is now going to send stuff down this way. Now in this case, that second layer, this layer that we have right here is going to be on the bottom. So, it's going to come down here. And we can come into a stacker module. Nope. I need to get rid of those blueprints. Gonna be getting rid of all the blueprints soon enough. So, like this, but like this. Alright, so that's going to come down into the bottom. Now, what I kind of want to do is a test like this. I should have kept that full. I want to do a test like this and say, hey, if this is not the current shape, then throw it into the trash. So that's something we'll add in right here. All right. So this will match up with another layer down here that will feed into it. And again, if this is the full correct shape, then go in here. Otherwise, go into the trash. Oh, we can... Ah. Here's that one. We can do that. We can redesign this. Okay. There we go. Trash and trash. Okay. Boom. All right. So this is comparing the actual shape of the layer. Okay. Let's get some shapes coming in. We still are on these guys. Okay. Claim those. All right. I'm going to get... Gonna get shape coming in, and let's make sure we can get that top one going, which is a simple teardrop shape. I would think that we would have had this already. Oh, but it was these ones are orientation specific. All right, so we can see too in this shape, circle is what we want. So it has stopped the squares. That's the work that we did earlier, and the windmills are not going through. Neither are the spikes. So they're not battling all these. The other thing is that these are not all funneling right into the trash. They're just stockpiled, which is what we want. Right down here, the pins stockpiled. It's only using the shape that we want it to use at the time. We've got a problem here, though. That's right. We need to get rid of these. This was... Oops. This was... an experiment that did not go well. Okay, so yes, this one has squares, the others all have circles, right? Yes, circles are coming through, and circles. I'm not sure why I have these going around this extra little curve. I could probably get rid of that. I don't think that's needed. All right, regardless. Still no color, which is good. Yes, we're all queued up with this square. Although that does not look like it's in the right orientation. Ah. Alright, this was... I'm just going to clear these guys out. That is correct. And then this is our score. Nope, that's our circles. These are our squares. Our squares should be bottom left. Or southwest, as it were. Yeah, southwest. Good. That is all good. There is a match, so it's going to jet them down this way. Yeah, and they are going into this stacker right here. This one is getting populated, so yes, it has made some wrong shapes, which are fine. Those are all going to get filtered out. They're all going to get filtered out here. Right, because it needs to be this. I've moved this back and around for reasons that will appear later. Coming into this stacker, looking good. Oh my goodness, I just realized we've got 809 research points. Do you know what that means? It's time for an upgrade. Boom. Every shape that goes into the vortex is now tripled. Next time will be quadrupled. Our next upgrade to this will be at 1250 research points. Alright, you see these shapes here are bad ones, so they are coming down here, getting thrown into the trash, whereas all the good shapes are going through. And there's just a handful of bad ones left. It's not a big deal. There goes one full train. And that's it. That's all it takes right now. Okay, so now let's switching over. And now you can see everything is funneling into the trash. All of these shapes are funneling into the trash because they are not the correct shape anymore. And yeah, they're starting to clear out of here. We do have a backlog of shapes in the loader. But again, that's okay. The new shapes are going to come in and clear those out. All right, now what I want to do, because I'm a glutton for punishment, is I'm going to take all of this and I'm going to duplicate it right here. And I'm going to move this up here, I think. have it go into there. This, oh, I need to, all right, I'm going to rename all these ones. All right, so that one is done. And now we have for a 2-layer shape with color. So we need to get, we need to do some more stuff here. We need to bring some shapes down there, and we need to bring color in at all. So, gonna do this. We're gonna have a red train, and we're gonna have a blue train. I'm gonna kibosh that though. So the red train at the top, the blue train is gonna go down here. So the blue train will deliver shapes into this. And let's let it go. Same here. So we've got a red train coming. Red train's going to deliver colors into here. Oops. Blue train is going to deliver colors to the second layer. Let's get these guys going. So now, we have our shapes, and up here we've got the square with the blue and the gray. So you can see on the blue ones, they are coming in and getting redirected. See, they skip over this is our red station, this is our green station, this is our blue station. We just got our fluid delivered. So they come into that and now get painted blue and go through. And then here is where, yeah. So again, we want them to go through because they are blue, right? Just like this. All right. So that is getting all handled. Now here is where we need to make another one of these trash cans. Yeah, this is not correct. So this should be looking at just the top layer. So let's do this. Let's unstack it. There we go. All right, and because this is not the right shape, it's throwing them into the trash. Oops. You know what? That is okay. I think what I want to do is that. Then this, I'm going to take and cut, flip, and do that. And right here, I'm going to do this, but run off of that. So yeah, this again is finding this is the correct shape. And this one is going on top. These ones, once they get through, are going to go onto the bottom. And that's almost cleared out. This shape is just getting created, and oh, okay, that's all right. So these are bad. These are not the ones we want. It's just some leftover of the spikes. But because it knows that there is a second layer, it's going to send them down this way. And pretty soon those are going to clear out. And we'll just have the squares. Yep, you can see some of the squares there. So all those bad ones are coming down here, and they're going to get kiboshed right here. Like this. See, these are coming in. These ones are going off to the trash. Yep, down here. Good ones are going to go through. And I'm going to put that there. This is going to go here. And I see now that this is all out too far. There we go. All right. This needs to be, yeah, our final shape. And I did it backwards, didn't I? What is it? The square is on top. Ugh. Okay. So this is not right. This is going to make shapes that are wrong. Yep. All right. I'm going to get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. This one is on the bottom. This is on the top. And I can take this. Oops. And do that. But now, right here, it's also going to have to run through one of these filters saying, hey, is there a third layer? So this. Right, which right now there is not a third layer. So if that's the case, if there's a third layer, it's going to go straight. Oh, did that already? That did it. All right, now, again, these are all going into the trash. Unfortunately, we still have some built in here. That's okay. So I'm going to see if this works without touching it. I think this might be a not situation. Because in this case, yeah, I want it to be null. Because on this one, I would want it to go off to the right. All right, I'm just going to get rid of that. Put that in there. Wait, is it ever going to go straight through? Why would it go straight through here? Yeah, those are all getting trashed. And getting to the end of the line. And see, again, the more these get updated, the more this upgrade happens. Then you just start, racking those things in. Which is great. All these shapes and colors are full. All right, so this is working, pretty sure, for 2 layers. We can see, yeah, we have our, there we are, correct shape, along with some really bad ones. Which again is okay. Yeah, so far nothing is here except for some, just, you can see, like, there's just a couple bad shapes from the old one. Oh, here comes some that are going to go through. Yep, starting to cut through. What about down here? Nope. So that's finally cleared out all of those bad shapes. Now this is probably close to the correct one. Oh, it's just a circle. Yep, you can see between these two that is going to be the correct thing. So all these bad ones are going to go in the trash. And it doesn't matter. We could put them into the trash here, or anywhere on any of these straights. It just doesn't really matter. They're not holding up anything. We got a couple of those bad shapes created of the stacked shapes. So those just going to go into the trash before they go off into here. And again, to speed things up, I may come in here and just build a whole bunch of jumps. Now this layer has gotten kind of backed up. The bottom layer has gotten backed up a bit. But that's okay. Because this will start getting cleared. And you can see, yeah, once it gets... once these shapes come in, then these are going to get pushed through, flushed. And yes, final shape right there. And some final good shapes in here too. Oh, you can see some good ones are making it through. And they're cleaning these bad ones out and replacing them with good ones. And there goes the middle. Yay. All right. Success. I didn't really touch it at all. Some more things that we're going to work on is figure out why I have this. I think this might need to go, and if that goes, we can probably take a lot of this and tighten it up a bit. So there we go. Oh, no. Yes, that was this. But we also have this. So here's another one, and it's all uncolored. So good. Again, all these are going to clear out and go into the trash. and make room for the new one. So we're going to do this, and then next episode we will, like I said, we'll take a look at that, see if we need it. And then I'm just going to take all this and duplicate it down here. So we've got all 4 layers. And then I can also show you that, you know, we could use this to do these tasks. You know, go back if we wanted to really, you know, get more research points, we could go through and do these tasks. And that will be something we'll take a look at in another episode. You've seen, if you've seen any of these series before, you've seen I often create a task MAM and an operator MAM. Not going to worry about that this time. And then, of course, there's a crystal MAM. And with the dimension update that we had, we have that we can do all these multiple MAMs. It's great. Before that, we could really only have 2 MAMs going at once, but now we can have pretty much unlimited MAMs. So, excellent. We are cruising. That's going to be it for this episode. Catch you next time, almost at 1.0. Please subscribe. Please like. We are going to be diving in. I'm going to have a video on Thursday, on the release day of Thursday. And we'll have a Thursday, Friday. That week, we're going to have a whole bunch of episodes. All right. Thank you so much. This is Gramps, signing off.